Ah, the sweet fragrances of Tayce Tea's cooking. Yummy! Howdy guys and gals, I'm Silent Senior 09, and this is Let's Play Paper Mario. Last time we left off, we did some side quest stuff of Little White Farm and Playroom stuff, got a lot of coinage, grinded for an Ultra Shroom, and now today we're going to do something that has been long awaited for some time, I'm sure. Tayce Tea Recipes 2, or Part 2, however you want to word it. So, a while back, and we'll go ahead and throw a card on screen or whatever else I can pop up there, and I'll throw a link in the description. I did a video for Tayce Tea recipes in this journey, and you can check that out to see what all I've cooked. I think I cooked like 24 items that need to be cooked on technically the recipe pool. There are actually items I did not show in that video that I had already cooked previously throughout the journey, because I just kind of stopped in, and used said items for the journey itself while I was going from chapter to chapter. Here's what I'm going to do for y'all today. First off, if you want to future stuff, go ahead and put this on screen, the time that they need to jump to for the new stuff that needs to be made as of this point that has not been made if you've been following this journey. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Alright, so first up, I'm going to go ahead and focus on making the recipes that I have already made, but have not shown in one single video. So, here we go. If you take a honey syrup and cook it by itself, you will get a super soda. Bubbly soda cures shrinking or poisoning, restores 5 FP. Not so useful at this point in the game, especially with Feeling Fine, and our flower point usage is a lot more than 5. But, hey, it's a pretty tasty drink all the same. Next up, if we cook a fire flower by itself, you get a spicy soup, which turns an attack item into a HP and FP healing item, which is usually my favorite, because I love items that can heal both our magic and our health points in this game. If you take a lemon and cook it by itself, you get a tasty tonic. Not my favorite really, because like I said, we got Feeling Fine on, and I feel like I would like more so an item that heals FP than HP, or just cures like a status ailment. You can also use a lime if you want to. I think there's like a gajillion ways you can make this tasty tonic, but I just went ahead and used the first thing that was available, really. Next up, you use a Koopa leaf by itself. You will get Koopa tea. Now this is something you should probably already know how to make if you did the Koopa Koop favors, but again, this is a nice little way, early game kind of stuff to use if you're planning to utilize it as an item during your journey. And if we decide to take a Volt Shroom and cook that by itself, we get Hot Shroom, which surprisingly enough is actually pretty useful even now, given that it heals 15 HP and 5 flower points as well. And if we decide to cook, say, a mushroom by itself, we get Fried Shroom. And if you decide to take an egg, which is found in the desert for those who aren't sure, specifically, I'm sorry, found in Mount Rugged, my bad, we get Fried Egg, so 10 HP, same as a Super Shroom. Again, not as impressive, but that looks tasty for breakfast, just saying. And finally, to cook by itself, if you take a Goom Nut and cook that by itself, which is found in Goomba Village, we get a Nutty Cake. Again, though, you actually would know to do this if you did the Koopa Koop favors. And if you take a Koopa Leaf and a dried pasta here, put these together, let them fry together in a nice little marinade, you'll find yourself with Koop Pasta. Again, another dish that you would know to make if you do the Koopa Koop favors. And there goes my phone. Nice. Alright, so that's all the basically review recap stuff of things we have already made, but I haven't actually shown on screen in one video. The next 3 I'm going to show, and there's actually a total of 17 that I haven't made yet. The next 3 I'm going to show are basically ones that we could have made but I either tried and failed, or I just didn't know. Or actually, I'm sorry, there is actually one more I can make, and I'm going to make it a different way than I did last time, so that's kind of why I guess I grouped this one and this one. Or this one and that one, whatever. Anyway, words hurt. So last time I used an ultra shroom and cooked it by itself, but if you take a life shroom and a mushroom, put these two together, we actually get a shroom steak. And by the way, I made a mistake actually. Well, not a mistake as in the item mistake, but this is a good item. Again, it heals 38 HP and 10 FP, but what I meant to say was this actually isn't the last 3 items I have to make that basically are new. We've already made that, my bad. What I meant to say was this next one that we haven't made, it's actually pretty simple. If you take a dried pasta and cook that by itself, we get spaghetti! Yeah! I love me some spaghetti! Alright, and this one I messed up, I remember the first time. If you take a super shroom and a Koopa leaf, actually, let me get these in here real quick, sorry. My voice carried off and left there. Put these two together, super shroom and Koopa leaf. We get a life shroom for doing this. Very handy, and I would definitely recommend doing this. Especially since you don't have to spend 50 coins just to get one of these things. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to make before we get into the new stuff, we take a mushroom and a goom nut. Put these two together. We get a volt shroom. Not as useful of an item, but it's kind of cool to have. You can always cook this in and make it into a hot shroom, so. Now that we've officially finished doing the rinse and repeat review stuff or making stuff that we could have already made a long time ago, it's time to get into the new stuff that y'all have been waiting for. Ah, damn. Okay, so starting off this batch of cooking that we have not been able to do because we need either Chapter 5 or after to be able to obtain said items. We're going to go ahead and cook with a cake mix, and we're going to go ahead and throw in a coconut. And for doing that, we get a Cocoa Pop, 3 HP, 15 FP. For the record's sake, the coconuts are found on Yoshi's Island or Lava Lava Island. You can find them in the jungle, or you can find them just outside of the village. Next up, we're going to go ahead and grab a cake mix once more. And we're also going to go ahead and throw in a Jammin jelly. I believe we haven't been able to get a Jammin jelly until, well, bar the little oink farm, until at least Chapter 5, because there's like a hidden box that has a Jammin jelly, but that'll be the first time we can actually see one of those. And for doing that, we get Jelly Pop, which is a huge lollipop that restores 64 flower points. Gee, I wonder where they got the 64 from. It's kind of a shame that this item is designed to basically heal more flower points than you can actually carry when you're at maximum level. But I suppose there's also the method of using Chet Rippo or basically wearing badges, but still, not a bad item. And at long last, the last cake mix item that we can make is if you take a cake mix plus a melon, which you can obtain this by taking a cooked Tayce tea recipe and giving it to the yellow-ish orange Yoshi nearby the shop. He'll actually give you a melon for doing so. But anyway, if you take a melon and a cake mix and cook those two together, you get a Yoshi cookie! Woohoo! And that heals a whopping 15/15 on both fronts. Very nice, and it's in the shape of Yoshi. So cute! Alright, now that we're done with the cake mix trio that was left over, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cook a melon by itself. And again, get it from Yoshi's Island by giving that Yoshi a Tayce tea cooked item.
All done. It smells delicious, hon. Oh, here, please, heart.
You get a special shake, which heals 20 flower points.
Come back anytime, hon. I look forward to it, heart.
Now, if you thought that was good, if you go ahead and take that special shake that you just made, and there's a few ways to do this, but if you take a stinky herb that's found in flower fields, add that to the special shake.
Oh, sweet success. This dish is one of my specialties, heart. Here, please, heart.
You get healthy juice, which heals 40 flower points. Very impressive. And it looks kind of tasty too. It looks like something you can get from Planet Smoothie. Very nice. While we're looking in the flower fields direction, if you take either a red, blue, or yellow berry, basically any of the primary color berries, and a strange leaf again is found in front of Lady Bao's mansion. If you check the bushes that are out front, that are inside the gate, you'll actually be able to find these. So if you take these...
Okay, all finished. I don't know exactly what it is, but sometimes experiments turn out to be great. Oh, here, please, heart.
You get a sleepy sheep, probably a not so useful item to be having made, especially since you can just use a lullaby, but at least now you know how to make these if you needed them. And finally, at long last, moving away from flower fields, if you take an iced potato and cook that by itself, we get a potato salad, which heals 10 HP. By itself, it's an okay item, but you're going to want to hold on to this. And if you remember to grab a second iced potato, grab one of those and you cook it with a fire flower. You can get frozen french fries, which look like something you can either make out of Play-Doh, or it also looks like one of those Happy Meal french fries. 15 HP. Very nice, it's like a dried fruit just about, except it's frozen. Okay, moving on to the obvious elephant in the room. Pretty much the next bits here are going to be all the mushrooms that we have to do that have not been made yet. We've already made Honey Shroom, Honey Super, Maple Shroom, Maple Super, but we have not made the mushroom items that involve Ultra Shrooms and Jammin jellies. So, without further ado, let's just go down the line. Mushroom plus... Take the jelly and spread it all over that yummy shroom. We get a jelly shroom, as you might be able to imagine. So 5 HP, 50 FP. And if we take a super shroom, take that same yummy delicious jam and jelly, spread that over that, we get a jelly super, 10 HP, 50 FP. And then if we take an ultra shroom, and we decide to say, hey, let's spread some honey syrup on that, we get a Honey Ultra, 50 HP, 5 FP. Likewise, we take another Ultra Shroom, and we decide, let's instead of go with honey, let's go with maple syrup. We get a Maple Ultra, 50 HP, 10 FP. And as you guessed it probably, if you take an Ultra Shroom, and you combine it with the other Mumbo Jumbo, Jam and Jelly, you get a Jelly Ultra, 50 HP, 50 FP. This is by far the most powerful healing item in the game that includes both HP and FP. There is a second place item, however, that I have not made yet, and it's pretty delicious looking. And for the second most powerful item in the game, if you take a potato salad, which is made by cooking an iced potato by itself, excuse me, and combine it with a shroom steak, which again, if you decide to cook an ultra shroom by itself, you can get a shroom steak, or do like we did in this video, take a live shroom and a mushroom, put it together. Shroom steak, potato salad, put those two together.
Oh, sweet success, this dish is one of my specialties, heart. Here, please, heart.
We get the Deluxe Feast, the final yummy, delicious, bland/meal Deluxe Feast, 40 HP, 40 FP. Heck to the freaking yeah.
Come back anytime, hon. Look forward to it, heart.
I might actually do that like off screen just to grab an extra really goody item. But that is officially all the tasty recipes in this game. And if you don't believe me, our records chart says 50 out of 50 recipes. Heck to the yeah. And you might have noticed we have 5 more badges to collect, as well as it'll say 64 out of 65 Chuck Quizmos. There's not another Chuck Quizmo. Again, because I fludged up, it's going to forever remain an incomplete record. But we can get 4 of the 5 badges left from Merlot. The last one is actually going to be in the final area of the game. But anyway, enough about that. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you bunches. Please don't let us fly up. And the next time we meet, we're going to finally do one final challenge. Y'all have also been kind of waiting for this one. It is round 3 with the Master and the Dojo. And this time we're going to go in with our best approach minus the Zap Tap badge. We're going to go power to power, fist to fist, hammer to toad. Until then, take care, y'all. Love you bunches, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.